patents. We sell our products in Walmart and Target and stuff like that. But what we're really excited about is this product we have on the left there, which is a glucose meter that works with your iPhone. And there's never been a better time to be sick. So right now you can wake up in the morning, get on a scale that will tweet your weight to your followers. You can run against virtual competitors all across the world. And you can use our meter to test your blood sugar. After that, you can log every calorie that you eat with one of hundreds of apps on the App Store. You can use this thing in the middle called the Fitbit to track every step you take during the course of the day. And then you can measure your blood pressure at the end of the day to see if the diet and exercise is paying off. After that, your pill bottle can tweet you to remind you to take your blood pressure medication. You can then take all of that data and put it into an EMR, which your doctor can log in and see and give you feedback on what you should be doing to make yourself healthier. And at the end of the day, you can put on this little wristband that will wake you up at the absolute best REM cycle for you. You might want to ask, why would you bother doing all this stuff? And it's partly because we're getting sicker as a nation. So this is a map showing the rise of obesity over the last 15 years and how it's correlated with diabetes. And this is really important because diabetes and other preventable diseases like heart disease are a huge drag on our economy. So right now, 1 in every $10 that's spent on healthcare is spent because of diabetes. And it's something that's largely preventable and treatable if you act appropriately. And 2011 is going to be an exciting year because this is the first year where smartphones are actually going to outsell feature phones. This is important because a lot of things like heart disease, diabetes, and other chronic conditions are best treated not by pharmaceuticals, but by information. So right now, this is showing how we can save money. We spend more money every year on the side effects, or on the when people don't take their drugs and the problems that come up about that, than we do on the drugs themselves. So it's a pretty different thing. These are two products that are going to help you lose weight. One's chemical and one is informational. The one on the left, they spent tens of millions of dollars researching. The one on the right can be best summarized saying, don't eat carbs. And it turns out that simple product actually outsells and helps more people every year. Some of the things we've learned when making these devices, make it simple to collect data. Nobody wants to plug information into a phone, even if it's an iPhone and very cool. So there are companies that are now just making sensors for blood pressure, blood glucose, for asthma, that make that transparent. The second thing is to provide meaningful feedback to patients. Or, I'm sorry, to help them share their information more easily. So this is the scale that Max mentioned earlier, and basically it lets you create a little social pressure for yourself to help you stick to your diet. The other thing is appropriate feedback. So most people probably know this as the I've fallen and I can't get up commercial. And there's a temptation when you have technology to say, well, I've got an iPhone, I've got this great screen, I want to make this awesome looking user interface. But what all really people want is an ambulance to come get them. And the other thing is to make products beautiful. If you're dealing with a chronic condition, it's often as much a mental battle as it is a physical and medical battle. So if you have to have a prosthesis, I'm sure you'd much rather have something that looks like this than a hook. And it's the same thing with an asthma inhaler, a glucose meter, or other things. When historians look back at this era, I think one of the biggest advances in the decade is going to be the Made for iPhone program as it relates to medical innovation. And if you're not familiar with it, basically Apple lets you take their devices, and if you join their program, turn their devices into musical instruments or medical devices. And what this means practically is you no longer have to worry about coming up with a good screen or doing the black magic of wireless transmission. All you have to worry about is creating a great user experience for your patient, collecting data that's going to be meaningful to them, and really letting them make better decisions with that information. So this is Lego's Mindstorms platform and all the sensors that feed into it. And data is really going to be the thing that helps us turn around these bad health trends. A great example of this in the past is the Ghost Map. So Dr. John Snow created this in 1854 to help stem a cholera outbreak. And what he did is he found where everybody died, plotted those on a map, and then was able to immediately find this well that was poisoning everybody. So they took the handle off the well, hundreds of people's lives were saved instantly, but it also laid the groundwork for the 20th century of medicine. So because of this innovation, we had the germ theory, which led to the development of antibiotics, which also led to the development of sterility practices in hospital, and it's been one of the greatest humanitarian achievements of the last century. So at Augmented, we're trying to lay the groundwork for the 21st century of medical care. We're doing all sorts of neat stuff, so if you're interested in the future of connected health, please check me out on Twitter. If you're interested in a job, we've got 40 openings, so find me out.